one thing that could stop our fun.
Humans coming!
Hello. Run! This way!
Peter Rabbit, he's a rabbit and he talks. He dares to go into Mr. McGregor's garden. What happened when he does that? Tell us, Matt, or Alonso, or somebody.
Oh, do we all look alike to you? Peter Rabbit, yes, the lovely Beatrix Potter hero is now a CG animated creation that twerks. Take a look.
We can't give up, it's our home. You're mine now, Rabbit.
Thomas, what's going on here? My two boys getting along. Nothing could make me happier.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks
The trailer makes it look much worse than it is.
That's true.
The trailer is deadly, and the movie is only irritating.
And that was kind of true of Paddington as well.
Yeah, no,
and Paddington 2.
yeah.
The trailers are bad.
The Paddington trailer was terrible, and then Paddington and Paddington 2 are glorious.
And I feel like Peter Rabbit. No, but I do feel like Peter Rabbit is probably trying to also, jump in on that adorable, twee but cheeky British,
I love that that's a whole new marketing strategy for adaptations of beloved Christmas or children's books, where it's you make a good or at least decent movie and you just completely shit the bed on the trailer. And so people think, oh my God, that's gonna be the worst movie ever. And then you get into it and you're like, oh, actually, that's all right.
I had so much fun, you guys, because there's a lot of wordplay, there's a lot of fun visual gags. It's very self-referential, but not to the point that it's obnoxious, because there's still like the fundamental purity and sweetness of the story. They don't tug too hard on the nostalgia, nor do they try too hard to be super modern. It finds a middle ground. I had a good time. It kind of runs out of steam by the end, but I had a really good time and I laughed for a long time. Alonso did not have fun. You should see the faces he's making at me.
No. I laughed more than I thought I was going to.
Because Alonso hates rabbits.
Why do you hate rabbits?
They're delicious. This movie had more laughs than I was expecting, but the self-referential part did start to get on my nerves. It does that thing where, like, Margot Robbie, who is also the voice of Flopsy, is narrating the movie, and they do that thing of like, well, if this were a more traditional story, this would happen, and they do something sort of sweet and nice, and then it's like, but it's not, so it isn't. It's like, well, then you don't get to do both things. Like, this movie doesn't earn the right to be that sort of meta and having its cake and eating it too. That stuff drove me nuts. And I found Peter just so obnoxious.
Because he's James Corden?
Well, partially because he's James Corden, but partially just because of how he's written. It's just like
he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a fine line.
Arrogant.
There's a fine line between being like a scamp and a rascal and just being an asshole. And this rabbit is an asshole. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, he feels threatened and vulnerable. Rose Byrne, his mother figure, is potentially going to go hook up with General Hux. Yes, you have a Star Wars reunion here. You got General Hux and Rey.
And Daisy Ridley is one of the Cottontail. She's one of the three.
She's one of the three.
Yes. No, I had a good time. But Nick's favorite joke in the whole thing was the deer in the headlights.
Don't say what it is. But that was really
commercials.
But that was
Sorry.
fun. Yeah, I like the rooster. There were little gags along the way that I thought were entertaining.
For the first time, and even Babe doesn't really address this, like we get, oh, that's why the rooster crows, which I thought was really fun. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in here that I think worked really well, and as kids' movies go, this one is in kind of the plus column, so to speak, but look, the third act, the end of it, like it does run out of steam, it gets to be a little much. But for the most part, I like this. And I think part of it is I was surprised based on the trailer, and surprised because I saw this having just come from Early Man, which is not good.
Oh, really? I'm seeing it tomorrow morning. Is it not good?
We'll talk about that next week.
It's Ard Man. I thought they were infallible. No.
But I had a good time. There were a lot of laughs in this. There's some gags where you think, oh, this can be a musical. Oh, I guess not. And I thought there was a lot of fun stuff going on in this. Yeah. I thought the CGI was really well done. I thought there was interesting chemistry going on between the two leads, the two human leads,
Domhnall
Gleeson
and
Rose Byrne.
Almost unrecognizable Sam Neill.
Right, I didn't know it was
as
him
the
either.
farmer.
Yeah.
As Mr. McGregor.
Yeah, who looked, I gotta say, Sam Neill with that beard and the bulging eyes and the way he walked around and so awful, he looked a little bit, I was like, did they bring Randy Quaid back into the like, there's a little bit like,
oh man.
Yeah, I didn't know who it was either.
kind of disturbing. Call out for, I wish I would have, like, can we get Jean-Marie Baptiste in more movies? Because I saw her there,
I was just looking who that was. That was Jean-Marie Baptiste. She was great.
Secrets and Lies.
Yes, yes,
If you've
yes.
never seen Secrets and Lies, completely different movie than Peter Rabbit. Also
quite,
really good.
yes.
And Jean-Marie Baptiste is great in that. And it was a reminder
Mike
like,
Lee's Peter Rabbit. That I've never seen.
It's very quiet.
right, Rabbits and Lies.
And that's when the rabbit does go in the stew then, when it's Mike Lee's.
Oh, no
Rabbits and
question,
Lies.
yeah.
Oh, it's very sad.
No,
then feed it to the rest of the
Okay,
rabbits and lies.
Oh,
I'm maybe being a little hard on this.
Would you like to change your number?
No, I'm not that hard on it. But I'm going to say this: you are allowed to see Peter Rabbit only if you bought a ticket to see Paddington 2 already, because that movie is the stuff, and this movie is the whatever.
But I think kids will like it, and adults will not be miserable because there's enough stuff for adults to actually genuinely laugh at and with. The kids will enjoy that play.
Okay.
This does get close to where the later Shrek movies go in that it's a little too referential and almost a little too dated, but not as far as like Shrek 3 and Shrek 4, which get really rough that way. This one is not quite that bad.
Okay.
Wait, is there a Shrek 4?
It just feels
Is it
like
there?
it. They just
Is that the one
keep-
with Rumpelstiltskin?
They just keep going.
I don't know.
No, there's also
Shrek 10.
there's also a Puss in Boots movie. Are you thinking about that?
But there's a Puss in Boots TV show too.
And there was a Shrek Christmas special.
It's
I
the
don't
Shrek
know.
Extended Universe. Okay, so I'm saying 6.8. I had a really good time, and so did my kid.
5.5. I'm not going to completely shit on this movie, but it's a little annoying.
I give it a 6.5.
You said 6.5, yeah.
6.5. I am really excited about the possibility of a shared universe with Peter Rabbit and Paddington and Babe.
Yeah. So our number is
Make that happen.
6.3.
Yes.
Okay,
6.3.
6.3, and it is at 68% on the tomato meter, so you could do worse. So if it's like you're at the multiplex and your kids want to see Peter Rabbit, and you and your hubby want to go have a date night and see 50 Shades of Grey, or whatever it is, that's all available to you. It's all there for you, so go see it. Bye.